Eric gave me a preview of the song he's going to kill too.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's horrible. What Chad? What episode is this, Chad?
episode number 171.
That is a prime number.
It is very prime.
Wow.
Well, what's going on, fellers?
Well, we're getting ready to get out of here and hit the road
tomorrow.
Finally.
First thing.
Yeah.
With young Heidi Riggs. She's driving, she's moving the gear, she's selling the gear, and she's gearing
to sell.
And she is, I tell you something, she is ready to go. I heard that fiddle going, and my God, we're in for a treat.
Yeah.
So, and the other day I had lunch with Aim Infinity from Molly's Pubs, and we actually booked that date in November, Chad. FYI. So
I saw that.
We're going to be doing the anniversary, and I tell you something.
Which anniversary is it?
The McGuire's the
40th something.
No, it's.
I know they opened it was like 88 or something. I think that they opened.
Yeah, 1888
or 86.
Yeah, I mean, I asked him to come on this show. I wanted to talk to him. And he so he's going to take like a June Narnia. He's a sacred flower that needs to be.
You have to trick him into it somehow.
Well, we'll get him. No, he's such a worker. I mean, the man never sleeps. Chuck Norris is a pussy. Aim Infinity would. I mean, just class, pure class. Anyway, so.
Was Chuck Norris calling you to say, wait a minute?
Yeah. Chuck Norris is calling to say, no, you're right. Eamon could kill me with his bare thoughts. Yeah. So this is we're actually down to the wire today for SlapperCast episode 171 on a sunny Tuesday afternoon. We're getting in the van tomorrow, and we do Arkansas, then we do Memphis, then we do North Carolina, then Philly, then Maryland, then Philly, and then down to Fredericksburg, Virginia, down to Nashville, Tennessee, to Birmingham, Alabama, and then home. And we put poor Heidi on the plane right after that. So she is going to get back to Phoenix. She's going to be so happy to see that 300-degree asphalt, and that's all they have in Phoenix, I believe. So she's got that going, and then she gets a couple of days rest before we grab her and we take her out the West Coast, do it again. But anyway, back to where we are now. So we're literally at the wire for today's SlapperCast. So if everything seems a little coked up and real happy, there's a good reason for that. But I also want to say too, we're going to be doing a lot of trying to do some tales from the road stuff. So if you're already on our mailing list, thank you. And if you're not, get on there, because we're going to be doing hey, we'll be, live tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to try to show you as many of these places as we can. Usually that's up to Chad. We have to send him running out after the van to make it look like we're actually moving. But we're going to have, a lot of stories from the road for you. And we want to take you with us.
Dude.
And speaking of that, then I'll shut my cocaine-filled hole. Courtney, from me, from ECH, and from Chad, thank you so much. That was very sweet.
Oh yes, thank you
so much. And just in case you missed it the last time, after we did the Ashford, we got to see all the crew from. If you've ever seen any of our live streams, you'll see the banter that goes on between Mike Carr and the that whole gang of hillbillies. So it was great to see them all at the Ashford the other night. So
yeah, a
lot of fun.
Absolutely, a lot of fun in the Heights the other day. It's really cool. I'd heard a lot of good things about Marmion Park.
Yeah.
We met all the people who put that together. Rich Anhorn and all his friends from Greenwood King
and the Heights Home
and
Association.
Yeah. It was really, really cool. It's a shame. My mom lives right around the corner from there, but she was in Kerrville. Actually, the day we're filming this is her birthday.
Happy birthday, Judy!
Yeah.
21?
Yeah.
It was cool. It was a pretty good turnout, and they were selling some wine and beer there. It was a really cool deal. And that was the last show of their spring concert series, and they're going to start it up again in the fall. So we hope to be able to do that again.
I want to thank the gentleman and the lady that brought the bar and the mobile beer truck. I don't normally drink beer, but I drank 2 glasses that day. However, I thought it was interesting that it was 101 degrees. Real feel. That's not a joke, people. That's not hyperbole. That's not an exaggeration. The real feel on Saturday from 3 to 5 was 101 degrees, and that motherfucker had 3 bottles of red wine on his bar. And I was like, what are we doing, people? What are we thinking? And then they moved. I didn't see him after. He set him up, and then he moved him away. Because people, who's drinking red wine outside when it's 101 degrees? You know who it is? Alcoholics and psychotics.
Yes. Yeah.
Other than that,
and vegan vampires. They love red wine.
Ooh, yeah.
Vegan vampires. I think we just found the title for this episode, y'all.
That was
a new side project.
Yeah. That was very interesting, and they had seen us before, Chad. They had seen us at Fitzgerald's. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I think Tiffany mentioned
that was good. But yes, a very, very happy birthday to Judy. Judy has been the number 1 fan for, God, I don't even know that, but like longer than Chad's been in the band. So that's been, I mean, she goes back to Elemental Penguin. She goes back to, what was it? Succulent. The Succulent Rose. What was your first one? The Change.
The Succulent Rose, The Change. Yeah. Somewhere in there. Yeah. She took our the very first promo shots we ever had of
yes, she
Blaggards
did.
Back in the day, outside Beverly Pub.
Yeah.
Against a beautiful brick wall.
Yeah. Oh, mate, you had to have it. If you were in a rock and roll band in the 90s, man, you had to go find a brick wall or a train tracks and hang your balls off it. No, that was before the iPhone. That was taken with a camera that you wind up.
That's right.
Yeah, there was a little monkey. Yeah. There was a little monkey that danced when you. Anyway, another story. All this stuff has been pouring in, but go check our website. You need to go and just look at those tour dates, because I know we don't live in your town, but we're coming to it. And by the end of the summer, there'll be some miles on that rubber. So go check out those dates.
It's gonna be amazing.
Fucking mute.
You're muted. Sorry, Eric. Go ahead. Start again.
Somebody's in my neighborhood right now. I want to make sure they didn't come through. I was saying, if you know somebody in the towns that we're going to, for example, Little Rock, Memphis, Asheville, Delco. After that, who knows? But look at the website. You'll know. I'm just in the back of the van, just showing up where I have to show up. I'll be in New York City though doing my stand-up routine at Just for Laughs on Tuesday, the 31st. What I'm saying is, people, you know people in those cities, let them know. Let them know we're coming. Come out and see it.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Tell your enemies twice.
Yes, exactly.
That's right.
Well, because we promise you this. They are going to be great shows. The only reason why I know that is because I've spoken probably just about every day to Heidi, and she is on fucking fire with that thing. That fiddle is just blazing right now. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And we're just, like we were talking about last weekend in the Heights, the turnout was great for as hot as it was. Eric doesn't exaggerate. I exaggerate. Eric does not exaggerate. It was fucking hot out there. And you always know when it's that hot that I turn my thong backwards and inside out so I can get a couple extra days. But it's the heat and the energy in the park didn't match. Everybody was just so lively and so smiling, and traffic was stopping, and people were joggers, cyclists, everybody stopping and waving, listening, and stuff. Really, really fun. And a big thanks to young Alan Hill for getting us that gig. So we love those kind of shows, because you're not playing for 4 hours, which means we're still there for 4 or 5 hours, but we're only playing for 2 of those. And and then of course Laurie and Chris came out, and if you've been to a Blaggard show, even close to anywhere in Texas and sometimes out of state, you've seen Laurie. But she, we didn't tell her about this show, because every time she shows up, She sells all our gear. Well, we have brand new gear. Well, why would you do that? Well, we're going on tour. Well, what did you get? We got red tank tops. And we also got the classic Blaggard black T-shirt, just Blaggard style Irish art, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't tell her. She shows up, and what's happening right after we play? There's a line of people, and they're all buying stuff. But luckily, we were able to turn on a soccer game and get her redirected and get her out of there. So we left with some new gear. So we will be hitting the road with new gear. But again, big thanks to Laurie and Chris coming out and helping us out like that. So because after the show, we were talking to some people that we hadn't seen in a while, some new friends and whatnot, and it was just tremendous to not have to worry about that, because people kind of, when they're buying gear, they want time to look at the stuff, a lot of stuff. So it's nice that she can take care of all that, and we were able to tell. And Kevin Bailey too for the photographs, some great pictures. So
yeah, thank you, Kevin. I will be posting those today, or they'll already be posted by the time you hear this.
He's a real estate photographer, and so when he gets to do this stuff for fun, he really gets into it. And he showed me some of the shots that he did, and he said, "Yeah, I'm going to touch these up and send them to you." So it's tremendous. I always thought, I grew up with the little cameras that you wind and you click, and sometimes you had to buy the disposable, flash to put on the top, the little 4, the little 6, and you had to make sure that your hands were steady and your finger wasn't in the way and all that stuff, because you literally get one shot. So to me, it was always point and shoot. What the fuck? What do you mean a photographer? You push your finger down? No, as you can probably tell by the Mighty Orc portraits that he did for us, and all these people that have come out and shot all our. Just tremendous. Jeff Cohen, all these people that do tremendous. It's much more than just point and shoot. So my hats off to these artists. That's what they are.
Yeah, especially with guys who've taken shots of us live. It's knowing when to pull the shutter, as it were. And finding the right angles and stuff like that. Not everybody has an eye for that stuff. All right, let's kill some songs, y'all.
Always with the killing.
Always with the.
All right. So what are we killing?
Chip, chop, chip.
Very well. Well, I got one. I heard one the other day. I was playing it for Chad earlier, and he really, really, really enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it to the point of slow death, kill, die, torture.
I'm just excited to see it die.
So his name. Oh, there we go. What's happening up there? We're dancing on the sequel?
Lionel Richie's coming down in a second. I got to hear this song.
We can't play it on the thing, right? Because of copyright laws, right?
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah.
Is it like 29 seconds or something like that?
I think you get at least 29, right? I'm
not going to play it because I would like Blaggards to keep their fans as much as possible. But so if you live in Texas, you probably heard this song 1,000 times. If you haven't lived in Texas, then that's okay too. But his name is Rodney Atkins, which is a total bro country name. It's Atkins, Rodney Atkins. And the song is called Watching You. And I heard the song, I used to hear it a lot back in the day, but I heard it in Prasix out in Steele the other day when I was coming home from my parents' house. And I stopped to get some gas and use the restroom and get a snack and maybe a road pop. And it was playing in the store while I was shopping. And the more I was in the store, the angrier and more disturbed and more upset I was getting because of this song just kept playing. And it's so... Chad, would you agree? Is grating, like grating, like grating on your nerves, and there's no subtlety to it, and it should kind of hit you over the head with this song about a guy and his kid. The kid swears, and the guy's like, why are you swearing? Where'd you learn that from? And I've been watching you, hey, that ain't that. Anyway, so Watching You by Rodney Atkins. Please Google the video. Because it's funny because they're out driving in the Jeep. Of course they are. And apparently in the middle of nowhere in the country, there is a stoplight somewhere where they have to stop. And as part of the whole plot of the song and the story. I've already wasted too much time on it by talking about it. So go and enjoy or not.
What was that line that you pointed out to me? It's like, I stop and bowed my head in prayer to save my stupid self, or something like that.
Write all this shit down. I'm writing it down right now.
Second verse is they get back to the house and he goes to the barn to pray, because that's where every country hillbilly,
of course,
he prays is in the barn. And he asks the Lord to help him stupid self, because he swore in front of his kid, and his kid's like said the same word backwards, and he's like, "Where'd you learn that?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man?"
Oh my God.
We learn all of our shit from our parents, especially when it comes to cussing.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Well, I like it. I like it. You have my blessing.
There's no good Lord, Chad. You know that.
Okay. What's the album you wanted to show us that you're gonna? Hey,
Quiet Village.
Quiet Village
By Martin Denny.
Martin Denny.
Highly, highly recommend this record if you want to put something on that's just exotic.
Ooh, I didn't read that at all.
And it even has liner notes back in the day, but I mean, you can find it online or whatever. But but Quiet Village by Martin Denny is a classic. It's a classic album. It's like one of the probably most widely played or widely purchased albums of exotica music. All that means is you'll hear songs that are being played on marimbas and guitars and all kinds of crazy percussion-y stuff. It's just a nice album to put on and chill in the background, especially now that it's summertime. So enjoy Quiet Village by Martin Denny. And Martin Denny was one of the kings of the exotic music movement back in the 60s.
Okay.
Right.
Very cool. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah. We like, it's easy to kill songs, but it's more fun to recommend some kind of out stuff that people may want to jump on.
And again, I always say that a lot of these bands that we're killing, I like some of their stuff. It's just that song in particular. And the song that I'm going to kill today, if I may jump in right here, is it's a song called "Take My Breath Away" by a band called Berlin. And I still, just even saying the title of it hurts, because it was just one of the da 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 da. Just okay, that's it. That's like we just made a hit single out of playing our scale, or it's just nothing, no life to it. There's nothing is done right. I'm sure the production is good or whatever, but it's just awful fucking song. And I didn't like the movie either, whatever movie that was in.
It was Top Gun, wasn't it?
Is this reaction to the new Top Gun movie being released?
I didn't even know. I didn't even know about that.
Cruise flashback right now.
I know Tom Cruise is too little. So he's never really made an impact. So, but that song bothered me, and I was just, and I'm kind of stuck in this I don't know, nostalgic little compartment of time that I've just been listening to a lot of CDs from back in the day. But the one that I've been listening to for a while now is a band called Spandau Ballet. Just I wouldn't go as far as to say that they're as good players as Duran, or that's because these bands were kind of all out at the same time when they were all trying to outpoof each other's hair and out baggy each other's pants and outshine each other's suits and on and on and on. But with Spandau Ballet, the singer Tony Hadley,
yeah. I just saw. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he delivered these songs with such power, but not strain. Like a like a real crooner, but effortless. And so the songs technically aren't great, but they're just. And again, it might just be this little nostalgic little moment in time I'm stuck in, but. Just really wonderful. Their song "Gold" is still one of my favorite tracks of theirs. Nothing, like I said, nothing really to write home about, but they're just it's sonically great, but they're them as a whole, that the whole band was just seemed to just deliver exactly what they were selling. So. That's right.
Yeah, well, that's an example of one of those bands that I just could not appreciate at the time. You know, that the Spandau Ballet, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, and all those bands. What was the band? Was that the one who did the Yippee Yippee Ki
No,
Yippee?
that was ABC.
That's ABC.
That
Okay,
was
yeah.
shoot.
Anyway, yeah, all those, yeah.
But
yeah.
that singer was incredible as well. ABC.
Yeah,
I mean, and
yeah.
again, I would have got killed. I still might get killed for saying that, but great fucking singer.
All those bands in that what they call it, I think the romantic 80s romantic
Yeah,
era,
new
what it's
romantics.
called, the new wave romantic, romantic, yeah.
Or
It
the
was-
80s,
yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
And
I had a
I guess
I had a comic book that was from England, and it was basically called The History of Rock and Roll. And it went through, and when it got to that romantic era of the 80s, they called them the Gaities because it was like them, the Frankie Goes to Hollywood and all those kind of other bands that were blasting out of at the time that were fabulous, but were also like, I mean, just cool songs, fun songs. Like, I love that Spandau Ballet song. I'll go to the mat on that one. That True song. That's a beautiful song. I mean,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And that guy, like you said, the crooner is the great description of him, because it's not, he delivers those songs with such emotion, but it's not heavy. It's not hard. It's not like Simon Le Bon kind of like rocking out. It's just like, just a perfect delivery.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that too. I just saw an interview with him just by chance on YouTube earlier this week with Tony Hadley talking about True. That's that particular song. And he's still out there touring and doing all this stuff. And he's, yeah. And he, the guy who was interviewing him pointed out something brought something to his attention that Tony wasn't even aware of. That I think it's a Backstreet Boys song where there's that melody that's a piano line that's in True. The da 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 da. The Backstreet Boys, whoever that band was, they took that line, that melody, just note for note, and stole it and put it in one of their hits. And Tony hadn't noticed that before. He's like, "Oh hell, well, I guess he kind of took it as a compliment. It's like, oh, that's cool, I guess." But yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's again the effortlessness is what drew me to his. When I hear people that over dramatize their phrasing and their the extra warbles and the vibrato and all bullshit. It's just too much. This guy just gave you what the song needed. And again, I know I'm beating I'm beating the Spandau out of that ballet, but they just never tried to, I never heard them go techno. I never heard them try to do dance remixes. I never heard that they just did they just did what they liked to do. And again, like we all just said, it was like Chad said, back in the day when when you heard that stuff, you knew it was good, but it was stuff, my group of friends, I wouldn't have admitted to that. No.
Oh, I didn't know it was good. That's what I mean. I could not appreciate it, but I couldn't even appreciate Duran Duran at the time either.
All right, Vegan, kill something.
Yes, Mr. Jones by Counting
I'll give
Crows.
You that. Yes.
It's one of those. I'm kind of surprised I hadn't thought of it earlier. It's like, of course, just that warbling nonstop. It's just like. It's like you think about the worst Bob Dylan delivery and like kind of speed it up to like chipmunk speed. And I know I have one of my closest friends is a huge fan of Counting Crows. I've just never understood the appeal of that band. And the guy, the lead singer, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he's like a Muppet or something.
I like the Muppets.
I like the Muppets too, but yeah, I didn't mean it as a compliment. Anyway, yeah, fuck that song. But the song, or I guess the album I'm going to recommend is this guy named Charles Bradley, who passed away a few years ago. What's that?
He looks Irish.
He came to my attention because he has this awesome cover of Changes by Black Sabbath. This really is, to me, I think is an absolutely amazing version of the song. That I think it comes from it's strong for the fact that Black Sabbath comes from soul and blues. Actually, they originally started off playing blues, and the song just lends itself to that format. It's like, imagine like if Otis Redding was covering it. It's kind of in that vein, with really nice horns in the arrangement. But the album that it comes from too, it's called Changes. It's the same title. It's worth a listen. There's a lot of great stuff on there. Although apparently Eric disagrees with me.
Well, maybe the listeners can tell us what they think, who's right and who's wrong.
My problem with Charles Bradley is that he is a one-trick pony. When he sings, he's very much in a range about this big. And the reason why we make a big deal about Charles Bradley is because he was an older. His career kind of came much later in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's great. But there are other people that are his age and still alive that are wonderful, wonderful singers that have a much broader range, like Ronaldo Domino from Chicago, Illinois. However, it's not about Ronaldo. It's about Charles Bradley. May he rest in peace because he's gone through the ultimate change.
Hey!
Okay.
I did. Speaking of changes, did you see the Bowie documentary coming out?
I did. That looks fucking amazing.
The Houston Ballet thing?
No. There's a new sort of documentary film that's coming out about Ballet, and this is actually, I'd heard about this because it's actually sanctioned or not sanctioned. What's the word? It's approved,
family approved,
backed by the Bowie estate by Duncan Jones, his son. Because people have been kind of asking, like, some people have been kind of bugging Duncan, who's a really great film director. Says, why don't you make a movie about your dad? He's like, no, he's just too close to it. He doesn't want to do it. I just fuck it up. I saw him say something like that on Twitter. But this project he gave a green light to, and it's great to actually see something that's actually, officially approved now. And it looks like they're really doing something just dramatic with it. Looks like, at least the trailer anyway, it looks like it's going to feel more like a movie than a documentary. But it actually uses real footage from his career and his actual music, which is kind of essential. So yeah. It looks really cool. I think it's called Stardust.
Moonlight Daydream.
Moonage Daydream. Yeah.
Did you guys know that the Houston Ballet is doing a David Bowie thing?
They asked me to dance for it, but I'm really busy that day. No, I did not know.
Yeah, it's called Pretty Things, and it's a world premiere, and Houston Ballet is putting it on, and it's happening now in Houston. So if you like the ballet, which I don't think have I seen that ballet?
I've seen one.
Which one did you see?
I don't know. It was a Jones Hall, and it was the dress rehearsal.
For
I don't know. I can't remember that.
The Nutcracker?
No.
The Crack Nutter?
Yeah. God, what was it? I remember it because I went on a date, and it was somebody had said it was they said it was casual.
Oh.
And when they say casual, they don't mean cowboy boots, jeans, nice shirt. They mean fucking shirt, tie, So, not exactly. Yeah. God, what was it?
I saw a ballet of Dracula way back in the day. Someone had put the story of Dracula to a ballet thing, which was interesting. Spoiler alert: he gets killed at the end.
What?
So, yeah, I know. Sorry. But if you're into David Bowie, check out this new documentary that Chad and Patrick are talking about. And if you're in Houston, go see the Houston Ballet.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, and if you're on the road, come see us because that's where the fuck we are.
That's the big three right there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll link to the trailer. I think it's coming out in September.
Is it? Film. I saw it and I put it on Twitter today saying I'm going to need a new bass player, or I'm going to need a temporary bass player because once Chad sees this, he's going to be a ball of mush for about a month. I remember when Bowie died, I got a call from from our good friend Jay up in Omaha, and he goes, "Is Chad going to be okay?"
Oh man, that was a hard day for me, for sure.
I know.
Everybody by surprise. We were all in shock.
Yeah, it was just funny because Jay knows us so well that, I mean, Bowie's dead. Hey, is Chad okay? But yeah, so we are hitting the road, and we'd love to see you on there. We are going to be doing some live, we'll definitely be doing this SlapperCast from the road. And we're going to be doing a few live things from the van, and we're going to show you as many of these venues as we physically can. We're driving every day. We have, I think, one day off in Philly, and so we're going to have we're gonna have a lot of content. So if you're if you work a day job and you punch in the clock, just put the computer on and join us, because we'll show you some venues that you haven't seen and some areas that maybe you haven't been and you might want to go.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yep. All right. Thanks, y'all. We will see you next week, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you from the van for the next episode or
definitely.
two. Probably the next two episodes.
Courtney, thank you again.
All right. See y'all.